Hi, students. This is Dr. Menchaca Banyulu, and I'm here to teach you a little bit about your Commonplace book. This is what mine looks like. I ended up switching to this one, and I've been pretty happy with it. So I'm going to show you what I would like you to do. Um, what I expect is I break this down into one, identify a quotation. Two, write out the quotation. Three, next to the quotation, write down a 20 to 30 brief annotation, 20 to 30 word brief annotation. And I tend to go a little bit over that, but that's okay. You can go over it too. That's what's better for you. And then under that, write down some themes. I'm going to show you what this looks like in a concrete way by using passages from my basic political ideas class, where we're using a passage from Hamlet, and by using a passage from the Iliad, which is what I'm teaching in ancient and medieval thought. Now, when you're writing, it's okay to make a mistake. I just cross out or make like a little black mark over what I write because I prefer to write in pen, but you may prefer pencil and then you can erase it. This is supposed to allow you to calmly kind of meditate, so don't focus so much on perfection. Focus instead on, processing what you're writing in your brain. It'll just happen without you even knowing. Choose something that you like. I write on the right side of the journal what my quotation is, and then on the left is where I put my annotation and my themes for indexing. But some people may prefer to do them one right after the other on the same page, and that's totally okay too. You can see what I mean by mistakes. Haha, you already see it in the front here. Just beginning with the Hamlet one, we talked in class about choosing something from Act 5, Scene 1. No faith, not a jot, but to follow him thither with modesty enough and likelihood to lead it as thus. Alexander died. Alexander was buried. This is what Hamlet says. Alexander returneth into dust. The dust is earth. Of earth we make loam, and why of that loam? Whereto he was converted, might they not stop a beer barrel? Also, you might have spelling mistakes sometimes. That's okay. You can see I misspelled barrel. Then I write down where I got it from. I give some way of being able to find where this quotation is in the text. And as you can see, I did the annotation on the left side because I like to be able to compare that way. You can see I've done a brief annotation. I just talk a little bit about what's going on in the scene, what I think is important for Hamlet's perspective, and a quick definition of what I think he's expressing there. Then I choose the themes that are important to me. I chose mortality, cosmology, justice, and equality. But there's not a technically right way of doing that. It's about what you find inside the text that's important to you. Here we have one of my all-time favorite passages, which is from the Iliad, where Andromache speaks to Hector, and she begs him to prioritize their home, their relationship, their love together over his duties as Prince of Troy. And of course, those duties are in conflict with each other. And because of the man she loves him for being, he's not going to do as she asks. There's a lot of emotion in this section and a lot to be said. Just to read a little bit. What are you doing, Hector, you strange man? Your will to fight will kill you. Do you feel no pity for your little baby son or my unhappiness, my life of loss? Soon I shall be your widow. Soon the Greeks, all of them rushing at you all at once, will kill you. Then for me, when I've lost you, better that I sink down below the earth. There can be no more comfort afterwards for me when you are dead, but only pain. I have no father and no noble mother. Hector, you are my father and my mother. You are my brother and the vigorous man whose bed I share. Now, you can see that I skipped around a little bit, and what I wrote, I just wrote what was important to me. And then we can see on the side, I explain more about just who Andromache is, what she's lost, and what she's asking Hector for. The themes I chose are conflict, role-based justice, women, family, and abuse. I could have used maybe some other words, but I thought abuse would capture a lot of it, considering that she's looking at a future where she's going to face a lot of abuse, and she's already experienced a lot of trauma. Having reviewed the selected excerpts for these classes of basic political ideas and ancient and medieval, take a look at the table of contents. You can see how you'll organize it as you go. I number my pages as I write them. Similarly, the index is something that we make as we go. It's a little more complex because you have to alphabetize it. What I do is I write out separate areas for each letter of the alphabet, and then I just add things as I go. I'll put the themes in by alphabetical order. Now, this means internally, under each letter, you're not going to have perfect alphabetization. You'll have it in the sense of across the alphabet, but not within each letter. But again, this is something you do as you go. And the point of the index is really just to get enough of a sense of how to go through and look for certain topics or subjects of interest when you're coming back to the book or when you're just looking for a place to pick up. Commonplace books are an old way to process information and to hold on to information that is personally significant for you. One of the things about information is that it's almost like a quilt, and you're taking pieces and you're putting it together, synthesizing, blending, all that stuff. A lot of that happens from taking information in different ways, from reading, from hearing, from being exposed to art, music, etc. But there's another step in human processing that's really important, and that step is something that happens when we write down what we've taken in. It's another way of internalizing and kind of placing into our inner space, our minds, what it is that we're taking in from the outside. We're taking things in all the time, right? Our world is filled with information. We're kind of relentlessly exposed to information, even information we don't want. I really think Commonplace books achieve all of this for us if we do them, because they allow us to take what's significant for us, whether it's something we think is profound or amusing or interesting or disturbing, from philosophy, from fiction, from popular culture, from art, from media. And in a Commonplace book, it's like a keepsake of all these impressions. I'm hoping that if we do this for class with our readings as a matter of discipline and learning, that
maybe you'll walk away at the end of the semester with something meaningful for you. And maybe you'll learn a new habit that you can use in your life.